back at the Discontent and Woodbridge podcast. Many of us are very angry that we lost lives. Many of us are very angry at many different things. But that's life. Life is when something is taken from you. Something is taken from us. That's life. Life ain't about dying and succumbing to any problems, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's our time. But many are angry because you know what? Many have been mistreated, and I've seen it firsthand. But many, like in that speech, blame others for how they've been treated. It's all attitude. Heck, I've had a shitty attitude for a long time. It's been shitty. I've been upset, and you know what? Maybe I have dealt with loss. And maybe I've been a little prejudiced myself. Because maybe I felt a lot was going against me for the color of my skin. Won't go about my work history. Won't even go there. But it wasn't just the color of my skin, no. White. It's more so about my mental health issues. Because I've been angry for way too long. Longer than I anticipated. Why? Because you know what? You look for somebody to blame. So I say, hey, it's because of this situation. Because of that situation, it's because of that. But you know what? Did anyone ever ask what happened to make those police officers do that to the victim? Who knows their story? And I'm not condoning it one bit. Who knows? No excuse. They could have lost a family member due to COVID. They could have lost many, many people due to COVID. They could have seen the many losses that were involved with COVID. And then they were all angry. Doesn't give them an excuse, just like it doesn't give others an excuse. I was even angry too. Couldn't even make love with my woman. But you know what? It wasn't that. My attitude stunk. I tell you, learned to remember who I was, and I remember who I am in the face of a battle, in the face of a challenge. Remember who I am, and I am in the dungeon or downstairs remembering who I was. Because when I came down here, I lifted weights. I lifted weights. I lifted weights.
Thanks for sharing your DIY haircuts, your savage moves, and your adorable pets. Now it's our turn to share with the Geico Give Back, the 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies lasting your full policy term. So, thanks again.
I'm listening to something else now. I'm listening to speech by Rocky Balboa, motivational inspiration speech from the movie Rocky Balboa by Rocky Sylvester Stallone. It's where he talks to his son.
I could make some money on this endorsement.
Absolutely, do that.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. So you nervous about the fight?
They're scared to death.
You don't look scared?
Well, you ain't supposed to.
Then you don't have to do it.
Yeah, well, I think I do.
You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is going to be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got a lot going on, kid.
And my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself. And this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay? This is only going to end up bad for you. It's going to end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
It's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm going to be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
You ain't gonna believe this. Well, you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up to say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching every day was like a privilege. When the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame. Like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother. Start trading tomorrow. They're up.
I want to listen to something. It's gonna be a wrestling speech. I am going to do something. I'm going to listen to Eric Bischoff versus Ric Flair versus Eric Bischoff promo. Why? Here's why. It's all about this.
Alright, Ric Flair, 13-time former WCW World Heavyweight Champion. You have captured the hearts of these people for 2 decades as the consummate professional wrestler. Ric Flair,
Kim's back.
That horrible, that travesty in Washington last night. Where were you going with all this gear?
Oh, man. You know, Gene, thank you. All I can say is thank you. But you know what? The truth is, all this, I don't deserve it. I got my ass kicked last night. And damn it all, I'm ashamed of it.
Eric Bischoff.
Inspiration here.
And Baltimore knows me. Hell, I know Baltimore. But what am I going to say? I got in the car last night. I went back to the hotel. I called Arn Anderson. I said, Arn, brother, it's over. I got drunk. I woke up today. I said, it's over. I called my wife. She said, get home. It's over. I got on the plane. I sat down. The flight attendant said, what do you want?
Listening to Ric Flair during September, that Nitro episode, or that Nitro episode, I forget.
Wherever you are, and brother, right now, you're the man. I'm asking you and Baltimore, 18,000 strong, and 20 million people out there to hear me out for the very last time. Me, Gene, who made this coat? Hugo Boss, Armani, you said I'm broke. Hell, my life's just starting, Jack.
What is this?
You made this, Harry Ellis.
My goodness, starting to...
This is how I travel, you jackass. I'm custom made from head to toe. Have been.
Always will be. Woo!